It's said politicians should learn from history. So we've come to the site where they commemorate one of the most significant battles in British history, Bosworth. A new ruler had taken the throne without much of a contest. Two princes who had a better claim unexpectedly disappeared from the scene. So two sides faced up to each other and the prize ruling the nation. Bosworth wasn't just about the ruling monarch and the challenger, Henry. It was also about the other forces on the battlefield. Where their support went would prove crucial. Today, the two biggest armies are ready for battle, but what about those other forces? Paul Nuttall is making himself hoarse, shouting up for the United Kingdom Independence Party. But will his UKIP troops, as the polls indicate, defect to the Tories?
It's very easy for Theresa May to talk the talk. The walk in the walk begins in a couple of weeks, after the general election, unfortunately, when she has to go into these negotiations. And as I say, I fear that she will begin to backslide on issues like fisheries. I think she'll backslide on freedom of movement. I think she'll backslide on this divorce bill. And that isn't what people voted for on June the 23rd last year. And that's why it's so important that UKIP stays on the pitch, stays in the game, because we have to be the country's insurance policy.
There are two leaders saddled up for the Greens, but their foot soldiers might help Labour out in seats like Derby North and Mansfield, where they're not up for the fight.
Of course, these decisions about whether to stand or not stand are made within the context of the local area and made by local Green Party members and supporters taking account of that. It is the first past the post system which denies people that choice. In 2015, we got 1.1 million votes. We should have 24 MPs under a fair voting system. We have just one in Brighton. It's still more than UKIP, and we're looking to make more gains around the country, but we have to face the realities in this election. This is an election not just for the next 5 years, but the next 50 years in terms of Brexit and the decisions that we make. It's going to affect a whole generation.
What about the Lib Dems? They came into this contest hoping to lead the 48% army for remaining in the EU. Is it turning out that they're fighting the wrong battle in this election?
Theresa May called this election saying it's going to be all about Brexit. And you know what, if a politician says to the people, this election's about X, you run a right big risk that they're going to say, no, it isn't sunshine, it's about Y.
But you're fighting that battle at the beginning, were you?
Our view, absolutely, on Brexit, is that the deal is not finalised. Theresa May doesn't know what it looks like, neither do I, nor does anybody else in this country. Brussels and London are going to stitch up a deal that will affect the East Midlands for several generations. I don't think it's right they should do that without you guys having the final say.
It looks, though, that in the East Midlands it's going to be a two-horse race again for the crown. Like at Bosworth, remember, the largest force, led by the ruler of the nation, went into the contest as the firm favourite. And we know that Richard III, with his strength and stability, went on to rule the nation for many more glorious years. Hang on.